What's up, winners? On this channel, we learned how to see through manipulation tactics and have fun doing it. This is a great example. We're going to see Meghan Markle in this interview. It's a little more subtle, so there's a lot to learn here. It gets really fun towards the middle end when you see the interviewer. Just a little bit of annoyance, and then I have a little surprise for you at the end.
Tashian, editor-at-large at Shape magazine, and you're watching our Fit and Famous video series. And today we are joined by the beautiful Meghan Markle.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now you guys may recognize Meghan from USA's Suits. You play Rachel. Tell us a little bit about your role.
Meghan got tense right there when she said you may, not you will recognize her. She's like, took this like tense breath in, very subtle, but you probably would have seen it if you look closely. Another thing there is I noticed with almost every interview, Meghan gets these ridiculous over-the-top introductions, which are out of the ordinary, gorgeous, amazing. I imagine that her publicist, whoever it is, reaches out and asks for that. They're influencing that. And Meghan loves the compliments. She doesn't get self-conscious whatsoever, as most people would.
Rachel is the paralegal at the firm, but she's sassy and intelligent, incredibly confident, has this encyclopedic knowledge of the law, and is incredibly valued at the firm. She's also the love interest for Mike Ross, and we ended season 2 with a bit of a saucy finale.
Obviously, she is talking about herself, and she treats her character as herself, which, by the way, many of you know her real name is Rachel. So, she cannot even separate her acting from herself. She has to have the best character. The character is her. She could turn anything into a me-gain vortex of bragging.
Definitely for Rachel. And so we're starting season 3 now, which will begin airing July 16th. It's pretty exciting.
Very exciting. Now, you know, as an actress, of course, you have very long hours sometimes. What do you do when you're on set and you need like an...
Meghan gets a little annoyed there, a slight grimace, because she feels the interviewer is talking too much. She wants to do all the talking herself.
Energy boost. What's your go-to trick?
Definitely a green juice. I mean, I think trying to go for coffee or things like that only end up hurting you at the end. So to get like a really good natural source of energy, like a great green juice or even kombucha I'll have sometimes, something that just gets right into your system is a nice pick-me-up.
And who introduced you to that?
I'm a California girl, so I think all of those hippy-dippy things have been in my DNA, so probably since the womb. But
they were all in the Sizzler buffet that she could barely afford, the $5 Sizzler buffet, as Meghan has told us about over and over.
No, I think it's just important to keep a healthy lifestyle, especially when you're maintaining hours like that, to just make the right food choices.
Absolutely, especially for the energy levels. And of course you need to stay in shape because you are a big actress in Hollywood.
Oh.
What do you do to stay in such fantastic shape?
Big actress in Hollywood, yeah, right. Again, I assume that this has been insisted for the interview to say such things. It's the only way to get along.
Thank you for saying that. I love running, but I think you have to find a workout routine that really speaks to you beyond trying to get goals for your body. So for me, running is like I need as much for my head and to clear my head as I do for keeping in shape. So I love to jog. I do a lot of hot yoga, moksha yoga specifically.
You're gonna see this multiple times. I, me. When she's explaining things, she says me so much more than she talks about the actual thing. Another thing, much of the time when she's saying you, she still means me, herself. She's like, you have to do your body, blah, 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 blah. Now we're gonna see her, she's gonna start bragging once again, as usual. But keep an eye out for the you, what it really means.
And then Pilates at Pilates Platinum in LA.
Do you work out with a trainer or?
No, just name dropping expensive places. Just tell us your workout. It's kind of like in the States we have Equinox. People say, I work out at Equinox. They don't say they work out. They say they work out at Equinox just to let people know it's like $400 a month. Same as every other gym. Great business model by them, right? Give us a lot of money so that people know you pay a lot of money.
Are you the type of person that, you know, you read magazines or you just kind of train yourself?
Yeah, no, I do it all on my
Pilates
phone.
Platinum
In LA. Definitely, like I do DVDs at home or I go for a run by myself. I think if you can self-motivate, that's half the battle.
Do you have any particular...
You is her, and everything she's done herself. I think she was born walking, talking, she was cooking, she did everything. Always.
DVDs that you love?
Yeah, I've been doing the Tracy Anderson DVDs, gosh, for 5-6 years almost now, and I just find the results are great, and you can do little 15-minute increments. I'll do it in my trailer. You just find those little bits of time that help, and then at the end of the day, you've had a full workout.
Exactly, and she's so popular with, you know, stars and regular people, so true.
Stars and regular people. It's a joke.
Anderson, the way to go.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to, of course, working out in order to stay in great shape, diet is also a component of it. What are some of your nutritional habits?
I definitely try to eat as clean as possible. Started working with Dr. Alejandro Young. I don't know if you've heard of that program.
Cliff notes, Megan's an expert on everything. She's perfect. She knows everything. And she's just going to start talking about things and then turn
Fish and veggies, but I am also a foodie. So on the weekends, all bets are off. I think if you deprive yourself of anything, you're just going to crave it more. So for me, it's just finding that balance, eating really good during the week, and then, you know, treating yourself to whatever it is you want over the weekend.
What are some things that you like to splurge on during the weekend?
Oh man, last night I had the best food. I had a great burger. I love fries. But then
How can you be so delighted to answer that question? Because it's about her.
ways to still keep that healthful, right? To have sweet potato fries or bake them. And I definitely love good Italian food and Mexican food. Because, oh my gosh, again, California girl, grew up having a lot of fish tacos.
Oh yeah, again, the Sizzler buffet, they had these quality fish tacos. We all know that Megan could not afford anything but the $5 Sizzler buffet because she came from nothing, because that is what was popular a few years after this interview, to come from nothing.
Do you cook yourself, or are you the type that kind of eats out most of the time?
All right, this is the part where we're going to start seeing the interviewer slipping a little bit, doing her best to deal with Megan. Remember to subscribe and hit notifications. Helps me out, and you'll get to see the great videos. Let's see.
No, I love to cook. So every day I'm cooking something, even if it's just making a pesto that I can put in the fridge for.
I hope you saw the interviewer's expression, just that little surprise. She's starting to just get a little bit annoyed with the bragging. Of course, Megan does everything herself, but she also goes to all the best restaurants every day. Reality and contradictions don't matter.
Later in the week, or any little component that you feel like you can take some pride in, I think is really important versus just going out to eat. For me.
Let's switch
You
gears a
see
little
like
bit.
the wooden smiles she's getting.
Of course, you know, as an actress, you get to be around a lot of professional makeup artists and hair people. Are there any great tricks that you've picked up over the years?
Oh man, I mean the number one, and people always say it, but it's so true, is just hydrate all the time.
Watch where
Your
it goes.
skin will look better, everything will look really good. I have been using a lot of coconut oil though of late, on my skin, on my hair, like as a deep conditioner, and then even to cook with. So I guess that's the second thing that I'm a big fan.
Again, it goes from a topic, tell us about beauty secrets, to me, I use coconut oil, my skin, my hair, the Meghan vortex of I.
And then
and me.
in terms of actual beauty products, I would say one of my favorite things in the world is just Touche Éclat concealer for the under eyes.
That's a good one.
It's it'll save you on the days where you didn't get quite enough sleep.
Which happens a lot in your industry.
It does.
You're gonna see in a minute more of this, but you can see Megan is obsessed with her looks and is probably self-conscious. Like, you know, when you didn't get enough sleep. She's a perfectionist when it comes to her looks, and she competes with other women.
And finally, you know, what does being in shape mean to you?
I think being in shape just means feeling confident, being as healthy as you can, and I guess just owning whatever it is that you have. I think being happy with your size and being kind to yourself. That's part of being in shape too.
The ultimate co-opted word. We've learned this now. Kind. If someone says the word kind nowadays, unfortunately, it means they're probably into buzzwords and they're probably not kind. I think of Ellen DeGeneres, all the stories about her I heard more recently, like she had a cigarette, she's yelling at everybody and then goes, be kind.
Like to really just say, it's okay if I'm up a little bit this day or down, whatever it is, to just own where you are and love yourself.
That again, Megan obsessing, I assume that's something she does, gets obsessed with her weight. Check this out. Here we have Megan doing a little political rant. I'm gonna keep it pretty neutral and analyze her. Let's check it out.
Yes, of course Trump is divisive. Think about just female voters alone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think it was in 2012, like, the Republican
The first thing she says is he's divisive, and then the first thing she's going to do is start splitting up voters by gender, so dividing.
Party lost the female vote by 12 points. That's a huge number. And with as misogynistic as Trump is and so vocal about it, that's a huge chunk of it. You're not just voting for
again, if you were various political parties watching this, you could get offended. She's not giving any facts, and then she's just using labels for or against any politician, just her techniques. It's very funny. The interviewer, he is totally not interested. He's like,